Kasautii Zindagii Kay, often abbreviated as KZK, is a popular Indian soap opera that aired on Star Plus channel from 2001 to 2008. The show star cast Shweta Tiwari, Cezzane Khan and Ronit Roy in leads, and Urvashi Dholakia as the main antagonist. The show was the story of Praveena and Anurag who eventually fall in love with each other, but they never get closer, and Komolika makes plans against their affair. It describes Anurag and Praveena lovers who were separated throughout their lives but achieved union in death. Kasautii Zindagii Ki was the third most popular and second most awarded show that aired on Star Plus for a total of 1423 episodes. KZK was one of the best Indian show and is still popular. The show ranked at number 3 among Star Plus best shows after Kyunki Saas by Kabhi Bahu and Kahaani. The show won many awards for Best Series and its direction. Kasautii Zindagii Kay in its Sinhala dubbed version Praveena is broadcast by Sirasa TV. It's a popular teledrama in Sri Lanka too. Shweta Tiwari once came to Sri Lanka for the promotion of Praveena. Some of the names of the characters are somewhat different from the Hindi version. Plot: Basu runs a large company called Basu Publications, and his best friend Rajesh Sharma works for it. Molloy wants Rajesh a unregistered trademark's daughter Praveena to marry his son Anurag. At first, Anurag and Praveena dislike the idea, but later they fall in love. Anurag a unregistered trademark's mother Mohini is against this relationship because of the financial disparity between the upper-class Bauses and middle-class Sharmas. One day, the lovers get stuck in a lonely place and end up consummating their relationship. Their mutual love is recognized by their fathers, who decide to get them engaged. But, in a tragic accident, Rajesh passes away and Molloy goes into coma. Using this opportunity, Mohini plans to separate them. She successfully uses emotional blackmail on Anurag. Praveena finds out she is pregnant, even as Anurag marries Komolika, the daughter of Mohini a unregistered trademark's friend. Praveena thinks Anurag has cheated her and decides to take revenge. Anurag silently helps her. Later, Praveena gives birth to a son and names him Prem. He is adopted by Praveena a unregistered trademark's brother and sister-in-law. The Basu family gets a shock on finding out that Komolika is a gold digger. She has married Anurag for the sake of his familia a unregistered trademark's wealth. Anurag divorces her. He also finds out that Prem is his son. Happiness seems to be back in the lives of Praveena and Anurag. They decide to get married, with blessings from both families. But fate plays spoil sport. Komolika takes over the Basu familia a unregistered trademark's assets. She is helped by Rishabh Bajaj, a handsome, rich, shrewd and hard-hearted businessman. The Basu family is facing the worst time of their lives. Praveena approaches Mr. Bajaj. He asks her to marry him in return for the assets. She unhappily agrees, for the sake of Anurag a unregistered trademark's family, and gets married to Bajaj. Anurag is heartbroken and unable to forget her. The reason Mr. Bajaj married Praveena is soon revealed. He has 3 children Vishaka, Tusha and Kiki from a marriage that ended in a divorce. The youngest child, Kiki, is blind. He wants a woman to take care of his children. Slowly, Praveena gets attached to the children, and they too love her. She even manages to bring about some change in Bajaj, making him a more sensitive and humane person. After some time, Bajaj falls in love with Praveena and expresses his feelings to her. She is shocked, since their marriage was based on an agreement that they would never have an intimate relationship. Then a new person enters their lives, Monica Bose. She finances Anurag a unregistered trademark's business and is extremely interested in the Bajaj family. It is later revealed that she is Mr. Bajaj a unregistered trademark's ex-wife and the mother of his children. When Monica learns about Bajaj a unregistered trademark's remarriage, she tries to bring her children over to her side, but they remain loyal to Praveena. Bajaj goes abroad on business. Meanwhile, Anurag talks to Praveena as a friend. He tells her to move ahead in her married life and get close to her husband. Prerna agrees to do so. Just then, she gets news of her husband unregistered trademark's death in a car accident abroad. She is shattered. The widowed Prerna decides to fulfill all of Mr. Bajaj's unregistered trademark's responsibilities. She takes good care of his business and family. Tusha and Vishaka are shocked when they learn that their father had forced Prerna to marry him. They make plans to reunite Anurag and Prerna. It is then revealed that Bajaj is still alive and in a coma. His accident and reported death were arranged by Minaka, who wanted to separate him from Prerna. Meanwhile, Kiki unregistered trademark's eyesight is restored through Prerna unregistered trademark's efforts. Even as Prerna and Anurag get married in India, Bajaj regains consciousness abroad. Cleverly, he figures out Minaka unregistered trademark's evil plans and exposes them, so that she goes to jail. Everybody tries to convince Mr. Bajaj that he should let Prerna live with Anurag. Bajaj does so, but is not able to forget her. Prerna and Anurag spend some happy days together with their son Prem. But Prerna loves Bajaj unregistered trademark's children too, and sometimes neglects her family to be with them. Then, Komolika gets back into the Basu family. She marries Anurag unregistered trademark's cousin Subroto. Komolika keeps trying to influence Mohini against Prerna. As a result, Mohini behaves badly with Prerna. Bajaj secretly tries to disturb Prerna unregistered trademark's life with Anurag. He keeps creating misunderstandings between the couple. Anurag distrusts Bajaj. But Prerna treats Bajaj as a friend. Anurag gets jealous and thinks Prerna loves Bajaj. This causes tension between the couple. Then comes the biggest blow in Prerna and Anurag unregistered trademark's lives. 2-year-old Prem is kidnapped. Anurag, with the help of the police, searches every nook and corner of the city. Finally, when they find the boy, they are shocked to see him in a very serious condition. A tragedy occurs when Prem dies in the hospital. Prerna and Anurag are devastated. They struggle to come to terms with their son unregistered trademark's death and end up blaming each other for it. Mr. Bajaj unregistered trademark's well-meant interference causes more strain in this already shaky relationship, and Prerna leaves the Basu house. In another shocking twist, the real kidnapper of Prem is revealed to be Subroto. He did all this to get the whole Basu property in his name. Though he did not intend to kill Prem, the goons he hired used too much chloroform by accident, which caused the child unregistered trademark's death. Prerna finds herself pregnant again. At first, Anurag is excited to know about this. But Komolika creates doubts in his mind and makes him think that Prerna is carrying Bajaj unregistered trademark's child. Prerna is stunned at Anurag unregistered trademark's lack of trust in her. Mohini uses the opportunity to widen the gaps between the couple and lead them to a divorce. Due to the constant comments and questions from her own family, Prerna leaves the house and starts staying with Mr. Bajaj and his children. On the other hand, a new friend Aparna enters Anurag unregistered trademark's life. Mohini decides to get Anurag married to Aparna. Anurag unhappily agrees. Prerna is shattered to know this. Anurag slowly accepts that Aparna is his present and Prerna his past. Time passes and Prerna gives birth to a baby girl, whom she names Sneha. After Prerna unregistered trademark's delivery, Anurag decides to do some DNA tests as there is a chance Sneha might be his daughter. Komolika, knowing everything, switches the test reports and proves that Anurag is not the baby unregistered trademark's father. Anurag unregistered trademark's worst fears are confirmed. Feeling bitter, he consummates his marriage with Aparna. He refuses to acknowledge Sneha as his daughter. Prerna is hurt beyond words. Along with her baby daughter, she moves to a hill town, where the Bajaj family joins her. The story takes a leap forward of 8 years. Prerna, Anurag, Bajaj, Aparna and Komolika unregistered trademark's destinies cross again. The 8-year-old Sneha is the apple of Prerna unregistered trademark's eye. Mr. Bajaj also adores the child. However, Sinha does not unregistered trademark T know who her father is. She goes to school and befriends a girl named Dia who is, in fact, Anurag unregistered trademark S niece. Sinha visits the Basu house with Dia. Nobody guesses that she is Anurag unregistered trademark S daughter. Anurag is won over by Sinha, who resembles him in many ways. Later, Prerna and Anurag come across each other at a camp attended by Sinha and Dia. Anurag is upset to think that the child he has grown to love is the proof of his ex-Sophia unregistered trademark S infidelity. Owing to societal pressure and Sinha unregistered trademark S increasing questions about her father, Prerna gets engaged to Mr. Bajaj. Later on, fate plays its cards again. Sinha is diagnosed with leukemia. Her only chance of survival is with a bone marrow transplant. Anurag now comes to know that Sinha is his daughter and Prerna had never cheated on him. The doctors are not able to find a bone marrow donor for Sinha. In order to save her life, they advise Prerna to have another child with Anurag, so that its bone marrow can be used to treat Sinha. In a move supported by Bajaj and Aparna, Anurag and Prerna come together to have another child. They no longer wish to stay with each other. But their temporary union and the resulting pregnancy cause insecurity to both Aparna and Mr. Bajaj. Then, Kavakoth approaches. Knowing that things in the two couples are unregistered trademark lives are sour, Aparna decides to fast for good luck. When Anurag returns home, he sees that only Aparna is there. In the midst of loving conversation, she suddenly stabs him with a knife. Then, her true colors are revealed. She is actually an evil person, only interested in Anurag unregistered trademark S wealth. She had earlier married a man named Debo, with whom she had a son called Shravan, whom she hid somewhere. Debo needs to know his Sony unregistered trademark S whereabouts, so he helps her kill Anurag. The entire Basu family is plunged into despair, and everyone pities Aparna, thinking that she is a grieving widow. But eventually she starts showing her true colors in front of the family. In the meantime, Aparna is scared by Anurag's ghost. Here we come to know that Anurag is alive and was saved by none other than Debo. He was helping Aparna only to know the whereabouts of his son Shravan. Aparna persuades the Basu family to leave Basu house. In the following episodes, Bajaj and Mr. Molloy also come to know that Anurag is alive. In the opening party of a cancer hospital, Aparna is again scared by Anurag's ghost and signs the property papers in Anurag's favor and also reveals the truth in front of everyone including the police commissioner. Rishabh Bajaj breaks his engagement so that Prerna can return to Anurag. But, by now, she is in love with Bajaj, who has supported her through thick and thin. Anurag is also now interested in getting back with Prerna. But he decides to be a good friend and unite her with the man she loves. Prerna gives birth to Anurag's son and names him Prem in memory of her first child. Sinha unregistered trademark S illness is successfully treated. Debo also comes to know about his son Shravan. Aparna contacts Prerna and very cunningly calls her to the place where she and Debo are hiding. Debo is just about to leave with his son for Australia when his son forgets his favorite toy inside the home and persuades Debo to bring it. Debo goes inside and brings back the toy and finds Aparna near the door. She and Debo argue and in the midst of the argument she kills Debo. Prerna comes to Aparna's place and she again intelligently makes her catch the gun so that Prerna could be framed for Debo's murder. During Navratri celebrations, Aparna calls Anurag to meet her near the cliff, but due to some confusion Prerna reaches there and Aparna and she get into a fight. Aparna's car falls off the cliff and she dies. Bajaj and Prerna get married and are soon expecting their own child together. However, another disaster strikes. Little Prem is kidnapped by Komolika because of Anurag unregistered trademark S carelessness. Prerna is furious with Anurag. The lovers-turned-friends now become completely estranged from one another. Anurag goes abroad with his adopted son Shravan. Prerna gives birth to Bajaj unregistered trademark S daughter Kasak. After this the story takes a huge time leap of a generation. After the time leap, Prerna and Anurag run into each other again, causing mixed feelings in both of them. Anurag decides to get married to his loyal friend and business partner Sampada. Shravan and Kasak, now grown up, fall in love with each other. They are to get married, but at the last moment Shravan finds out the past of Prerna, Anurag and his mother Aparna. He thinks that Prerna cheated Aparna. He takes revenge by abandoning Kasak. Relations between the two families become even more tense. Their old enemy, Komolika, comes back to add fuel to fire. Amid many misunderstandings, Prerna and Anurag find their lost son Prem, now known as Udi. Kausask meets with an accident and is saved by a woman who is none other than Aparna. She had survived and had taken away Prem from Komolika. In an episode she reveals how she had created problems in Anurag, Prerna and Bajaj's lives. Prem has turned into a bitter, heartless and selfish young man. Aparna meets Shravan and backbites her against Anurag and Prerna. Prerna takes up the challenge of improving Prem but it proves to be very difficult. Aparna again creates misunderstandings between Prem and Prerna. But everything is solved and Aparna is arrested for trying to kill Anurag 20 years ago and her husband Debo. In the meantime, Sinha gets married to Sharad. He seems to be an ideal husband, but is later found guilty of raping Prema unregistered trademark girlfriend Mukti. Confronting Sharad with this discovery, Sinha accidentally shoots her mother-in-law. Prerna takes the blame for the death and spends some years in jail. When she is released from captivity, Prerna finds her family in pieces. A grieving and guilt-stricken Sinha has turned into a drug addict. Mr. Bajaj has distanced himself from everyone. Only Anurag understands and supports Prerna. Eventually, she brings her family together again. Prem, who is devastated after Muksha unregistered trademark's accidental death, finds comfort with her look-alike Devi. Here Aparna returns as a good woman and helps Prerna in her tough times. Prerna has met with an accident and Aparna is taking care of her. A masked man tries to kill Prerna in the hospital but Aparna tries to stop him. Bajaj watches this and he is sure that Aparna has turned into a good woman. He engages Aparna with his younger brother Mahesh. Then in one of the episodes Aparna reveals her true colors. She then brings Prerna look-alike Maya and both of them try to destroy the Bajaj house. Aparna kills Prerna and she falls off the cliff. Here Aparna is in the misunderstanding that Prerna is alive. But eventually she comes to know that Maya and Prerna are the same. Anurag and Prerna had made the plan to frame Aparna. Bajaj is hearing in court approaching as he is framed for Yuvraj's murder whom Aparna had killed. But Aparna cunningly destroys the CD which had the proof that Bajaj is innocent. She also tries to shoot Prerna but Anurag saves her and he is shot but saved. Bajaj is sentenced to death by hanging. Prerna is sad and comes back home. Aparna calls her and laughs at her as she will not be able to save Bajaj. Aparna is about to leave for Canada that Omi, Yuvraj's brother, frames her. Aparna in the court reveals the truth that she killed Yuvraj. Aparna is taken to jail but she escapes and comes to Basu house to kill Anurag but Prerna saves him. Aparna escapes and Sampada finds Anurag and Prerna alone and misunderstands them. Aparna calls Sampada and backbites her against Anurag and Prerna's relation. In the meantime Aparna is arrested. Devi also disappears without explanation one day. The heartbroken Prem finally marries a girl named Palchin, who provides him with much-needed stability and companionship. Sinha remarries and is soon expecting a child with her husband, Omi. However, another storm is brewing in the lives of the Basu and Bajaj families. Anurag unregistered trademark's wife Sampada has become jealous of his friendship with Prerna. Misunderstandings are growing between Anurag and Bajaj. The two men have a showdown on a hilltop one stormy night. Unseen in the confusion, Sampada fires a bullet at Mr. Bajaj, sending him headlong into the deep water. Prerna misunderstands the scene and concludes that Anurag has killed her husband. She shoots Anurag in a blind rage and he falls into the same water as Bajaj. Both men are believed to be dead. If Sampada tells the truth, she may be arrested for Bajaj unregistered trademark's murder. So she supports Prerna. As a result, Prerna is not punished for shooting Anurag. Another 20 years pass. Prerna is now a grandmother to a bunch of children and teenagers. A mysterious man named Praveena Mittal starts creating problems for her. He is soon revealed to be Anurag, who had survived the shootout 20 years ago. Having undergone plastic surgery, he has acquired a new appearance and identity. He is very angry with Prerna for what she did to him. However, as time passes, he again begins to get attracted to her. Finally, he discovers that the real culprit is his wife Sampada. After Sampada is exposed, the Basu and Bajaj families think about uniting Prerna and Anurag in the evening of their lives. However, they come to know that Rishabh Bajaj is alive and lying unconscious in a hospital. Prerna is overjoyed to find her long-lost husband. However, Anurag is suspicious and discovers that Bajaj is trying to take revenge. This is because of Bajaj Euro unregistered trademark's misunderstanding that Prerna and Anurag have cheated him. Meanwhile, two of Prerna Euro unregistered trademark's granddaughters Euro Prerna Jr. and Hera Euro have got married to brothers Nihal and Vardhan Garul. Komolika makes an unexpected appearance as the aunt by marriage of the Garul brothers. It is revealed that Komolika is still trying to hurt Prerna and Anurag. She is the one who has poisoned Bajaj Euro unregistered trademark's mind. Finally, Bajaj realizes that Prerna and Anurag are innocent. Komolika shoots Mr. Bajaj in the head. Prerna responds by killing Komolika. However, in the process, both Anurag and Prerna also lose their lives. Mr. Bajaj survives but loses his mind and is placed in a mental hospital. He only responds to Prerna Euro unregistered trademark's name. Prem writes a book titled Kasautii Zindagii Kay. It narrates the story of Anurag and Prerna Euro lovers who were separated throughout their lives but were united in death. The spirits of Prerna and Anurag look down. It is suggested that they will be present wherever two lovers come together. Cast, accolades. The show, during its run, won more than 150 awards. Popular main characters: Shweta Tiwari. Shweta played the role of Prerna Bajaj. She was one of the most favorite and pretty Bahus of Star Plus. Prerna was a girl who strongly believed in love, but when Anurag weds Komolika she lost all of her belief. She got married to Bajaj to save the property of Anurag and later married Anurag, but due to some misunderstandings, their marriage could not survive and she once again went to Bajaj. Prerna won Favourite More awards for 5 years for Kasautii. Cezzane Khan played the lead role of Anurag Basu for 7 years. Anurag is an obedient son of Molloy and Moni Basu. As a career, he handles Basu publication with his father. Initially, he married Prerna but soon they got divorced. He married Komolika and later on married Aparna and Sampada. Khan also won many awards for Kasautii. Urvashi Dholakia. Urvashi played the role of Komolika Basu. She was one of the best villains of Indian television. She got a lot of popularity to the show. Komolika is an evil woman interested in Basu's property, and for the purpose of property, she earlier married to Anurag but later divorced, and then she wed Subroto, cousin of Anurag. Komolika also won many awards for Kasautii. Ronit Roy. Ronit played the role of Rishabh Bajaj. Bajaj was an evil man in early part of the show who wed Prerna to take care of his children, but slowly and steadily, he changed and became a better husband. He also won many awards in Best Actor category for Kasautii. Sri Lanka telecast, Kasautii Zindagii Kay in its Sinhala dubbed version. Praveena is broadcast by Sirasa TV. It's a popular teledrama in Sri Lanka too. Shweta Tiwari once went to Sri Lanka for the promotion of Praveena. Some of the names of the characters are somewhat different from the Hindi version. Mrs. Prerna Rishabh Bajaj, Mrs. Praveena Rishabh Balaji, Mr. Rishabh Bajaj, Mr. Rishabh Balaji, Mr. Anurag Basu, Mr. Anuradha Basu, Mr. Molloy Basu, Mr. Mulaya Basu, Mrs. Mohini Basu, Mrs. Roni Basu Komolika, Komali, Subrato, Sanu, Sampada Anurag Basu, Sanjayatha Anuradha Basu, Mukti Deshmukh, Murti Deshmukh, Kazakh Rishabh Bajaj, Nadiesha Rishabh Balaji, Sharad, Sharada, Tusha, Thushara, Devi, Devaki, Debanita, Veronica, Palkan Basu, Parami Basu, Saksham Garul, Sathish Garul, Vardhan, Buran. Crossovers. The series has had fictional crossovers with the shows Karam Apna Apna, Des Mine Niklla Hoga Chand. References. External links: Kasautii Zindagii Ki at the Internet Movie Database, Star Rasav official website, Star Content Syndication, Kasautii Zindagii Kay, Country equals India, Language equals Hindi, Network equals Star Plus, First aired equals October 29, 2014.